Welcome back, people, to another edition of Great Bands That Nobody Liked. The title is a little bit of an overstatement. It's not really that nobody liked them. Really, what this segment is about is bands that I thought were great that never really lived up to what I thought their potential might be. That's what this is about. So is it because they changed their style, or were they just missing that kind of charismatic frontman, or did they do something really stupid and destroy their career? You know, it depends. The answer depends, but we will look at a few bands that I thought were pretty great that don't get the love that, in my opinion, they deserve, maybe didn't live up to their potential. And the first one of those is Hellogoodbye. Their big hit here was Here in Your Arms, if you remember that one. This is maybe, what, 2005 or something like that? I love this song. Very sweet G-rated video too. Speaking, we were just talking about fumbling a baddie. I feel like poor Forrest here, Forrest Klein from Hellogoodbye, probably the textbook example of fumbling a baddie. I feel like his life is just fumbling one baddie after the other. But I think this band is great. He was like really young when he started doing it. The first thing I heard from them was this. I think this was like from their demo originally. The song Shimmy Shimmy Quarter Turn, which, as I recall, I think he did this when he was like 16 or something like that. Yeah, the 2004 demo. Yeah, that's what I like, the 2004 demo. I think he was like 16 when he did this, like super young. Did it all in like GarageBand and stuff. And I love this song. And I like the demo version of it better than this, actually. Yeah, the demos were on pure volume, that's right. But I like this a lot. Cool videos too. This just reminds me of, I don't know if you guys remember threadless.com by any chance, but this reminds me of that period in the mid 2000s. Remember when it was like dinosaurs, pirates, and zombies, you know, were cool. All those shirts on threadless.com that'd be like a cartoon drawing of a dinosaur that would get like voted up, and then they would print them. Oh yeah, robots. And didn't they have an album called like Pirates, Zombies, and Ninjas, Oh My, or something like that? That's what it reminds me of. Just a very carefree time, you know? I mean, can you imagine going back to a time when things were that simple? You know what I mean? Like, it feels like another lifetime, doesn't it? Even though this was like not even 20 years ago, this feels like another lifetime. It feels like there's been some sort of like brainworm cataclysm or something like that, where like everyone lost their mind and like everybody is angry about everything now. And back then we could actually have fun, you know? We could actually like enjoy things. People could make music that wasn't about doing drugs or killing people, or, you know, it's like you could have stuff like Hellogoodbye, and he's like just such a great songwriter. I don't actually know what happened to Hellogoodbye, but I feel like they could have been maybe like an Owl City or something like that. And, you know, Here in Your Arms was a hit song, but I don't know what happened to them. I feel like maybe Forrest seems like the kind of person, let's put it this way, he doesn't seem like the kind of person that would love being in the spotlight necessarily. So I don't know if it's that, or I don't know what happened to Hellogoodbye, but I thought they were great, deserved more attention. Shout out to Hellogoodbye. I feel like this is one of these bands that needs to have like, not actually come back, but needs to have a new wave of appreciation. That's what I think. Okay, another band that definitely deserved more love. I know all the metal people are going to love this. Animosity. One of the very first OG, you know, deathcore bands. I mean, I don't know if deathcore was even a term. This is from what, 2007, 2008? They were sort of like right on the edge of like hardcore and deathcore, but they were also like really technical. They could play really well. And I think they're also really young. And I like them because they had a little bit more of like a hardcore sort of vibe than a lot of those bands. I do love this video, yes. Oh yeah, look at this, by the way, also. I don't know if this is a joke or what, but this, whoever answered the phone here, I don't know who this is, wearing a do-rag. I like that. Strong move. More bands need to wear do-rags. Oh, and this aesthetic too, man. I love that we definitely need to bring back that mid-2000s deathcore aesthetic. Look at this guy. What is that, like a 49ers hat with the fur trim jacket, answering his flip phone? Need to bring it back. Mandatory. Giants, that's what it is.
You remember what happened last time.
Love this song. God, these guys are so fucking, like, they can play so well. For being like kids. And such a fun video too. Look at that. Hats at a jaunty angle, people. What happened to that? You weren't in a MySpace deathcore band in the mid 2000s unless you had your hat turned at a jaunty angle. Like this. That's what makes your band instantly 5 times better if you rotate your hat 30 degrees. We got to bring that back. Should be mandatory. Yes, and the gold foil impact font shirts. Absolutely. Love this production too. I think Kurt Ballou did this. I think. Sounds great. This band was fucking awesome. Yes. Everyone should look like they are in Despised Icon 24/7. I could not agree more. Bring back the Despised Icon Winds of Plague look, people. It's time. It makes you sound better, but increases your chance of having to pay child support. It's worth it. It's a small price to pay. God. You know, if this shit came out now, everyone would fucking love it. Like, people would lose their shit if this band came out now. Can you imagine? Everyone would fucking worship it. And for good reason, because it's fucking awesome. I don't actually really know what happened to them. I know that Naveen Copperweiss, the drummer, has played in a bunch of bands. I think he played with Animals as Leaders for a while, and I forget what band he's in now, but he's amazing. He's like one of the best. Wasn't the bassist, was Evan Brewer in this band? From the Faceless? Oh, he does Entheos. That's right. That's what it is. He does Entheos now. Awesome musicians. I don't know what the rest of these guys are up to, but this band is awesome. Love them, and definitely deserve somebody out here with their unicycle. Raging with the unicycle. That's what's missing from deathcore videos now. Number 1, hats at a jaunty angle. Number 2, raging with a unicycle. But for real, remember when deathcore was fun like this? When it wasn't just a bunch of guys in beards standing around in a warehouse looking upset? Remember when people like had fun in deathcore? God, gotta bring this back. Love Animosity. Put some respect on them. Another band that I think people know, but I don't think people appreciate as much as they should, is the Vandals. One of the most like genuinely clever punk bands of all time. And, you know, they sort of get branded as a comedy band. But the Vandals are like non-ironically, actually lyrically brilliant and musically brilliant as well. They have a lot of songs that I like, but this is one of my favorites, Pizza Tran. And for those who don't know, I will explain this. They're a top 25 punk band. Absolutely. If not more. Tran is one of the most common Vietnamese names. The Vandals are from Orange County, California, which happens to have the most Vietnamese people outside of Vietnam. And this song is about a pizza place called Pizza Tran, where I think it was Joe Escalante, I forget who. One of them knew the girl that worked there and kind of had a crush on her or whatever. So this is a song very near and dear to my heart as someone who's married to a Vietnamese woman. This is a song about having a crush on a Vietnamese woman, which is near and dear to my heart. Pizza Tran from 1990. I think they're great. Some interesting facts about them. The drummer, Josh Freese, has played in like every fucking giant rock band. Like he was in Guns N' Roses, Devo, 9 Inch Nails, A Perfect Circle. I don't know. He's probably played, he just joined some other band. I forget who it was. I mean, he's played in like Blink 182, Foo Fighters. That's what it is. He just replaced Taylor Hawkins in Foo Fighters. One of the best rock drummers of all time. Warren Fitzgerald, the guitarist, was also in Oingo Boingo with Danny Elfman, also a fantastic musician. Joe Escalante, the bassist, started Kung Fu Records, who put out the Ataris and a bunch of other bands. He was also a lawyer for CBS television. So very interesting people. Dave Quackenbush, the singer, has a beer company. So really smart and intelligent guys. And the best thing about the Vandals is that probably half their songs are punk songs about how stupid punk is. Like the song Anarchy Burger, which a lot of people know, as featured in Triple X, where Vin Diesel's like, the Vandals, Anarchy Burger. I love that. I love that song. Great band, just really incredibly insightful lyrics. As far as why they're not more popular, I mean, they've never really been a full-time band, I don't think. Everyone else in the band had other things going on, so I don't think it was ever really sort of their main hustle. You know, I don't think they ever necessarily cared about being popular, but they deserve a little bit more love than they get. That's what I think. I love the Vandals, and I think you should too. Another band, not really a band, but an artist is Owl City. We all know Owl City, right? Everyone knows this song. Certified 2010s classic, right? When it's come out, 2009, 2010. Certified classic. I love this song. It's so catchy and sweet. It's nice. It's a nice song.
You would not believe your eyes
My friend met his wife on an anti-Owl City Facebook group. Wow. And when they're like at a work party, and like, oh, so how did you guys meet? And you're like, well, do you know that Fireflies song? You know that guy? Well, it's a hell of a story. Oh, hey, what's in that punch bowl over there? It's hard to say that I'd rather stay awake. I love this song. What a nice song. What a nice, gentle song. My lost baddie story was a girl who liked this song, and I said, hold up, the Postal Service is better. Oh, man. Just an F in the chat for every one of us fellas who's fumbled a baddie by telling her that her taste in music was bad or wrong. Like, just how many times do we cockblock ourselves by doing that? How many times? F in the chat for every guy who's cockblocked himself by gatekeeping some girl that was just trying to make conversation with you. It's rough out there. We've all done it. Yeah, the album is really good. Also, as I recall, he got signed just off of his Myspace hype before he had ever actually played a show, I think. Seems like a really nice guy. I've never met him, but I always heard good things about him. He did have that other song with Katy Perry, Good Time, which is also a great song. Oh, not Katy Perry, Carly Rae Jepsen, sorry. Before Carly Rae Jepsen turned boring in indie. This sounds like Disney music, doesn't it? I like it. Remember, this is for what, 2012? Man, 2012 seems like a fucking lifetime ago too, doesn't it? Like, can you imagine when life was this wholesome and simple? Right? This sounds like early Instagram. Exactly. Oh, man, I never thought I would be getting nostalgic for 2012. But here we are. I'm nostalgic as hell for 2012. Owl City is still around. I don't think he ever stopped playing music. I think he's been playing music this whole time. But either way, you know, he's certainly not as popular as it used to be. Maybe he doesn't care. Oh, he had that original track in Wreck-It Ralph. That's right. Everybody knows Owl City, of course. But I feel like people don't talk about him often enough. I think it's time to put some respect on Owl City's name. That's what I think. I would like to be friends with him. I would invite him over to my barbecue for sure. And you know what? He would be a great guest at the barbecue. Adam would never be rude to anybody. He would listen patiently to your neighbor going on and on and on about some boring story about what happened when he was on vacation. He would just be nodding politely and be like, okay, oh, wow, that's so cool. Wow, oh, the ha ha ha, that's so funny. Oh, amazing. Oh, that's so cool. He would just politely listen as your neighbor talked his fucking face off because he's that nice of a guy. I say put some respect on Owl City. Now, on the more ignorant side of things, and I use ignorant as a compliment here, one of my favorite ignorant hardcore bands of all time, Irate, from the Bronx, I think. One of the just most like face-shatteringly ignorant, brutal hardcore bands of all time.
So after the fucking smoke clears and the dust settles, we're left with one mission, defending the family's name. This ain't mall metal made for little bitches.
This ain't mall metal made for little bitches.
This is war metal made for vendettas.
It's war metal made for vendettas. God, look at his fit here. Look at that. Speaking of do-rags, when it comes to hardcore, when the singer has a do-rag, you literally might die in the pit. Literally, I'm not even exaggerating. You literally might die in the pit when you see the do-rag.
I'ma see just how far we shove this underground shit up your ass.
Some high-quality dancing, too. Someone has gotten stabbed at every single Irate show. Hey, we can't rule it out. I'm sorry, but to me, this is what hardcore is supposed to be. Hardcore is not supposed to be nice. It's not supposed to be safe. It's not supposed to be chill. Like, this is what hardcore is supposed to be, and if you don't like it, don't fucking go. Yeah, you might get kicked in the head. Yeah, it's in the name. It's hardcore, not fucking easy core. The epitome of the Giga Chad, we know we can't play our instruments meme. No. These guys can play. That's the great thing about Irate. Listen how fucking good this is. This is like just 10 out of 10 hardcore. God, I love this EP. Yeah, the drummer's great. Like, this is just perfect hardcore. The song New York Metal is one of the best. Yeah, it's called New York metal. It is very hardcore. It's as hardcore as it gets. It's so good. How does everyone not love this band? I love it. I think it's great. You should also love Irate if you like ignorant hardcore. You know, if you're into stuff like Sworn Enemy and Tsunami and that sort of thing, you should definitely listen to Irate because they are amazing and great. Last band that we'll talk about today, Breathe Carolina. Old school Breathe Carolina. Now they are famous EDM DJs. If you're watching this, you probably know they used to be a scene band. They were kind of bad, but kind of great at the same time. I kind of liked them. As scene as it gets. This is from what, 2009, I think? 2012? No way. It's older than that. They do have some bangers, it's true. The video kind of looks like a joke, doesn't it? The video looks like a student project where you have to like make a music video, and so you know how to use After Effects, and then you just like get your friends over to like lip sync to some like terrible song from Myspace, and then you get this. It looks like a Disney commercial. Yeah, Disney commercial from 2009. The hair looks like a hair commercial there. I actually think this song is kind of bad. I'll tell you the song that I really like, which is kind of an underrated one. I heard this in a shoe store in 2009. I heard it at a shoe store in Columbus. I was like day drinking and trying to buy a pair of like neon Air Max 90s. And I heard this on the PA, on the like in the radio in the store. And I was like, oh, when I Shazammed it. And that is when I discovered this Breathe Carolina deep cut. Kind of love it. I've never really heard anything else that sounds like this. Like, it's objectively kind of bad, but I love it anyway. I love this chorus. The singer is really bad. The clean vocalist is a terrible singer. It's a weird sound, right? Like nothing else really sounds like this. Anyway, I don't really know how this happened, but they became like big time EDM DJs. And yeah, that kind of surprised me. I used to work with a guy who made a lot of like electronic music and stuff. And he mentioned something about like Breathe Carolina playing some EDM festival he was going to. And I was like, Breathe Carolina, like the scene band? He's like, no, they're DJs. And I was like, what? And so I looked, and that is the day that I found out that Breathe Carolina and Cash Cash had become big-time EDM DJs. Who knew? What a strange time to be alive. And now, as I've said before, one of them is getting investigated by the SEC for being involved in some sort of, allegedly being involved in some sort of like NFT scam. That's proof that the simulation is glitching. The guy from Breathe Carolina is now a famous EDM DJ who is potentially going to go to prison for being involved, allegedly being involved with some NFT scam. Who knew? What a time to be alive. And that does it for this edition of Great Bands That Nobody Liked. Join us next time for a look at more great bands that nobody liked. F in the chat for every guy who's cock-blocked himself